Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Have you had any urges recently to tackle the Beyond Light raid, the Deep Stone Crypt? Are you, however, worried about all those LFG posts demanding to know what to do? Do you want to get your hands on some of the best weapons in the game currently? Fear not, I have you covered. In this video, we'll be doing a walkthrough of the first, let's say, mini encounter of the raid, the Sparrow Blizzard encounter. This video will be the first of a series of 5 videos where I will be going through each encounter, what builds are the best for these, the mechanics, the hidden chests, you name it. This raid has a few cheeses also, making encounters easier than intended. I will be covering those too. In a separate video, I'll show you the EXO log locations and weekly challenges. Once you have obtained all of the logs, you'll unlock a triumph that grants you a shiny new ghost shell. I will also briefly go over the encounter specific triumphs in each video. They are not too hard. I would suggest if you want to attempt them, however, get a group dedicated to doing all of them in one run. Anyhow, let's kick off the guide. I'm not going to cover the legit way of doing this part, as there is literally no point unless Bungie patches it. Kill the ads at the beginning to open a door leading to an area called Desolation. Follow the path until you reach another door. When it opens, you'll arrive to a section with pikes. You'll notice you'll be in a bubble and have a buff called Sheltered from the Storm. If you leave the heat bubble, you'll notice the buff disappear. You'll start getting a debuff called Frostbite. This can stack up to 10 times. If you reach 10 times, yep, you guessed it, you die. The trick here is to leave the Sparrow just outside the bubble when you notice the buff disappear. Then, get off your Sparrow, go back into the bubble, and mount the Sparrow you just left outside. This will give you the buff indefinitely, making you able to survive the full path without finding more of these new bubbles. There are also trip mines in this encounter. Please try to avoid them as they will slow you down. If you do die during this encounter, you'll need to do this again, bear that in mind. The legit way of doing this is to try and get to the next heat bubble without getting 10 stacks of frostbite. The method discussed prior makes this encounter a bit of a joke, in all honesty. Now, you might be wondering what guns to bring to the raid. For exotics, you'll need Xenophage for the first 2 encounters, the Lament for Atrax 1, Anarchy for the final encounter, and just in case, bring a Divinity, as at least one person on the fire team always asks towards the end if anyone has it, which is met by silence usually, and no one wants to be the designated Divinity. Other guns I recommend you to bring are the Ikelos SMG, great weapon and can generate wall mine cells, easy room ad clears, first in last out, especially if you have the God Roll, Vorpal weapon and auto-loading holster on it, any scout rifle, and if you're lucky you might even get a decent roll trusty, the raid scout rifle, during your run through. If you get the Heritage primary shotgun, this is also a very good gun, keep hold of it until you find a God Roll. Or this encounter, as long as you bring Xenophage, you are fine. The only enemies you need to kill after the beginning are 2 brigs at the end of the Sparrow path, accompanied by some ads. There is a triumph for this encounter and it's very simple. Remember those pikes at the beginning? Bring all 6 with a full fire team to unlock it, which will reward you a new Sparrow, called Retro Casuality. As you are seeing on screen, this is the first of 2 secret chests within the raid. It will give you Spoils of War, which can be used to buy exotics from the Monument of Lost Light in the tower, and a gun or piece of armour. After you go through the door with the rest of your fire team, you literally have completed the first encounter. Nothing difficult here. I made this video specifically to just show you the path you need to take with the Sparrow. There are no rewards obtained from completing this encounter. If there were, I think that would be a bit overgenerous, don't you? Just follow the path until you reach the Deep Stone Crypt building and the start of the first real encounter of the raid, Deep Stone Crypt Security. I will cover the security encounter in a future video, specifically part 2 of this guide. I just need to piece together everything. It's a very easy encounter, it has a cheese that makes it even easier. I'll go over the loadout to bring, what subclasses to run, whether you are a Warlock, Hunter or Titan, and each role there is. In the meantime, that's it for this video. I'll be getting ready 2 videos next week, the Lemonarch build that I've been working on, and part 2 of this raid guide. In the meantime, go check out a recent Warlock build I made for PvP, worth a watch. Please subscribe and leave a like, and I'll see you in a future video. Have a good day, Guardians.